Back to the Future Part 2 isn't the best sequel ever made. They went way darker than the original, which would be okay in a lot of cases, but they have to remember what made the original so great. The original was just a fun, happy little movie, with sexual and racist content at points granted, but it did a great job being both at the same time. The sequel does not. Granted, there is nothing wrong with adding some more mature content in a sequel. In fact, on some level, it's great. Kids who saw the first movie were 4 years older than they were at the point Part 1 came out, so therefore they could watch more mature content. So it's almost like they're growing up with the movies. That's kind of a fun thing to think about. Sticking with the good stuff, Part 2 takes Marty and Doc into the future, something the original does not have going for it. Unfortunately, October 21st, 2015 has already passed, but before we got there, I'm sure it was fun to predict what the movie would get right and wrong. The other fun part was the day that they traveled to got to be a big celebration. The highlight was Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd appearing on Jimmy Kimmel. Huey Lewis was also there. Not only that, but a small town in California was transformed into Hill Valley for the day. That's kind of cool, especially because California is where Hill Valley is and where the movie was shot. By the way, here's something else. As I sort of mentioned in last week's video, time traveling is dangerous, and we see that in the original. But in Part 2, the stakes are even higher. Biff uses information about the future for his own selfish gain, and Marty and Doc have to set the timeline right again. The build-up to the reveal is done really well also. Just as Marty and Doc are heading to the future, the audience knows Biff saw them. Great way to start setting it all up. Then, when they get to the future, Biff remembers what he saw and puts the puzzle together. When Marty and Doc eventually return to 1985, things are off. The next 10 minutes of the movie are basically Biff's reign over Hill Valley. What I love is the audience doesn't know any more than Marty, so we're just as confused as him. Then again, the whole story is told from Marty's perspective, but sometimes, in other stories, the audience is told stuff the lead character is not, which can sometimes be fun. But sometimes it's better to get the reveal the same time the lead does. And honestly, the scene in the lab that explained everything wasn't enough for me. I love big reveal scenes, so I would have loved for it to have been longer. Alright, now we're gonna get back to some bad things. In the scene where they're traveling to the future, Doc knocks Marty's girlfriend Jennifer out with one of his inventions so she would stop asking questions. There are so many things wrong with that. Number one, if he brought Jennifer along, why didn't Doc just answer her questions and explain everything? That's what he did with Marty. And two, Marty seems to love Jennifer. He could have done more to stop Doc from doing that, or at least tried. And the crazy thing is, their plan might have gone better had Doc not knocked out Jennifer. Anyway, moving on, I would like to say a few more positive things. Part 2 does a really good job setting up 3. This video isn't about 3, that'll be in a few weeks, but the way the time machine keeps flashing the date they go to in 3 is the best part in my opinion. While we're on the topic, I must warn you, do not watch 3 without 2 first. Part 3 will be nothing but nonsense to you without 2. And to that point, don't try to watch 2 without 1 first. It won't be a load of nonsense to you, but it will make a little more sense. So with all that said, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. I cannot tell you how much that would be appreciated and helpful. Thank you so much for watching. You are amazing, and I will see you in the next video.